If you don't model your expectations, don't expect your students to do it for you. Welcome back to the Lesson Lab, the show that equips teachers with time saving grading strategies and meaningful lessons that create a lasting impact on teachers and students in the classroom. We scaffold these lessons every week and we run each assignment through the gauntlet and a reflection. The reflection is a 5-point checklist that ensures we are meeting our goals of saving time when grading and creating impactful lessons. Our reflection points are: recap the assignment, student examples. Number 3, did we meet the goal or not? Number 4, what would I change next time, if anything? And lastly, what's next? What's the next part of the scaffold? So the assignment that we are discussing this week or reflecting upon is based on the last episode, and that is the introductory presentation called All About Me, or if you're doing it with a partner, All About We, us, together. This presentation calls for each student to use a piece of construction paper, and they have to decorate it with a quote on the front, something like, here's some student examples. It's always seems impossible until it's done. All right, that's great. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And it was one more that I really liked. Oh, patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. So each of these students wrote this quote on the front of their poster and they decorated it. So the one about bitter fruit, there's fruit on the front. And the one about doubt kills more dreams is decorated with stars all over the front. And these are not the prettiest examples. Of course, you can't see them. But I would say that the students understood the assignment and fulfilled it to a T. At least on that part. On the other side of our construction paper, you have to answer the questions: 3 things that you love, 3 things that you hate. What do you hope to do after high school? Or if we're teaching upper level college, then what do you hope to do in the next 1, 2, 3 years? Do you do anything outside of school you'd like to share? And is there anything that you're really proud of? These questions are just created to give us a myriad of responses so people can spend the most time on the things that they feel most passionate about, because I think that's the basis of something that's introductory like this. You want people to be able to get in their comfort zone and share the things that they like the most about themselves. So, did these students understand the assignment? 100%. So, those examples just showed us that, yes, we did meet our goal. And one big thing that I have to be mindful of here, and I would implore you to do this as well, is sometimes you have to actually get in there and do the assignment with them. And I mean, like, make your own example. Sometimes it's easy to go for the exemplars like from kids or from other students. But I have found, and I've gotten feedback about this specifically, is we have to know your expectations, Mr. Franklin, because sometimes it felt like your expectations were really high, but you didn't necessarily show us all the way how to get there. That's what a student told me when I gave my feedback form that I give at the end of every semester. That was basically the gist of it. And I was like, that makes sense. That sounds like me. So the biggest thing that I would change for next time as we continue to go down our reflection is I would just do a piece of construction paper with my students and present it just like I'm asking them to do. And from there, I would ask them questions about my presentation based on our rubric, based on our high fives, based on our outline. I would have them grade me. And then I would point out specific things that I did purposely to show them what I am looking for. So that is definitely one thing that I would change. And I would do that early. I wouldn't wait until after their presentations. Sometimes we tell all of the good stuff, but the presentation is over. The grade's done. So they can't even implement those things, at least for that grade. But I would do this first. So before they start their construction paper, maybe I'm doing the construction paper with them because that's just the answering the questions and the decorations. But after that, before I send them off to do their practices, I would do one for them. And I guess they could record me. I don't know how I feel about that. Kids are just recording people all willy-nilly nowadays. But I would definitely get up and do my own presentation. They're only about a minute or so long. And tell them, this is what I want you all to do. So that is definitely one thing that I would change. You could always change the questions, to make them more diverse. You could have a bank of questions. Maybe they choose 5 out of 10 questions from a bank. And that is another way to, keep the learning going. So what's next for our wonderful class here is the next project. And this is the big one, I guess the first big one, because this one doesn't really count. We talked about how the grading is very easy. The assignment is very easy. It's just to get their feet wet, to get them comfortable. And so now this is when the big stuff starts. And that is the Decades Project, who, shout out to my dog, Coach Presley, really, it was his idea to put this thing together. He's like, that's just the idea. I know you're going to flesh it all out and make it really cool. But I was like, yeah, this is dope. I 100% have great feedback for that one. So I can't wait to do the reflection for that presentation assignment. But before we get out of here, remember, you can get the resources from this episode and others on the Teachers Pay Teachers website. Just search Tony Rambo's Lesson Lab. I also run a Facebook group filled with fun, supportive teachers called Teacher Triumphs, where we help teachers through classroom burnout. I've had so much fun doing that and being a catalyst for positivity. Not that fake positivity stuff, but being able to really talk about stuff and then get to some conclusions. That's been great. So let's keep the conversation going there. Both of those links will be in the description. So until next time, keep teaching, keep learning, and I will see you all on the next one.